to Mic Check Waifu Waifu.
Check waifu waifu. Matellionaire, is that you?
What's up, Polo? What's going on?
This is episode 164 of Mic Check Waifu Waifu. As always, it's brought to you by Loot Complex. Make sure you go to lootcomplex.com and use the offer code waifu to save on your entire cart. It's also brought to you by don'ttalkshop.com. As well, we want to give a special shout out to our Patreon producers, AB, Aaron Brown, Dre, the GOAT G, Johnny from Anime Analytical Podcast, Ked the Pro from Chaotic Culture Podcast, Explicitly, Monique Williams, and Nachi. Thank y'all so much for supporting this and many other episodes of the podcast. I want to give a shout out to AB. He has I've mentioned this long time ago, but I want to mention it again. He has a gaming podcast with him and his friends called The Responding Gazette. Make sure you guys check them out on Spotify. It's a dope podcast, dope dude. AB he's awesome. Mic Check Waifu Waifu is the anime podcast. Is brought to you every Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. CST by @PoloBornFly on Twitter and @KingTeliano on all social media as well. We are here to discuss seasonal anime and topics associated with such. Today, we got a few questions from Twitter. We like to reach out on our Twitter every once in a while at Mic Check Waifu and get some questions from you guys to discuss some stuff. But before we do that, Tell, how you feeling, man?
I feel real good, bro.
Yeah.
Workout this week been mad good. For those of y'all who know, I am a personal trainer, and I've been doing my own personal workout plans for a while now. But I just recently said I want to try and get into calisthenics, which is gonna be like almost like the gymnastics kind of stuff. But I'm working on this slowly with just like body weight. So before I actually do a workout for the day, my morning routine Monday through Friday it used to be I'm doing 100 pull-ups, 100 push-ups, 100 squats. I've worked my way up. I'm at 150 push-ups, 150 pull-ups, 150 squats. I think starting Monday, which is tomorrow as we're recording, I'm gonna do 160. Just adding one per set that I do typically, just to kind of keep my numbers going up. Because I'm trying to get to a ridiculous number on the most amount of pull-ups I can do in a row. So I'm just messing around, but I feel good, and I'm trying to get to that 160. I'm gonna try to do 200 pull-ups every morning. When I get there, I'm done with my morning routine.
Clean. Yeah, man, I'm chilling.
Yes. Hey, but let's talk about that streaming though, Polo.
Yeah, it's going great. It's going great. I mean, it's going great. Appreciate
Polo
everybody
don't
for
like
stopping
flexing.
by.
He don't.
Yeah, I don't. Nah, it's not me. It's not what I do.
But look, hear me out.
Before we do that, Ted, there's some things that we would that I would like to say that I've did today on my personal Twitter at PoloBornFly. I learned, thanks to Crystal, and it's so very unrelated, I learned how to mute words. And the first time I muted 2 words technically. The first 2 words I muted were Black Clover. I don't want to see that shit. Apparently they came back or something like that, and it's just been disgusting. Okay, I fucking hate it. I hate it so much. All the Black Clover is peak fiction bullshits. All the Black Clover is the greatest anime of all time bullshit. From these so very what's the word? Jaded, blinded weirdos. Yeah, weirdos. Weird anime fans. Weird Black Clover anime fans. I'm sorry. I don't want to say anime fans because I'm a weird anime fan.
So,
weird, bro. Weird.
To kind of play devil's advocate a little bit.
No, there's no devil.
How do we know where we're not the weird, jaded people You know, and Black Clover really is that good.
It's not though. It's not.
I mean, I agree with you.
Not.
It's not that I'm disagreeing. I'm saying how do, because you know it's because I don't know, bro.
You can't watch anime, watch a variety of different shows, and then watch Black Clover and say this is the greatest shit I've ever seen. I don't think it's possible. For one.
But it is the greatest shit I've ever seen. Like if I just had a pile,
okay,
like actual.
If you want to be literal, I guess, sure, it's a great pile of shit. But what I'm saying is like the manga being back just unleashed the weirdest. Because okay, they're different from the anime fans. The anime fans aren't as
fanatical.
Yes, they are fanatical though. They're not as fanatical, which is a very important distinction that we need to establish here because the fucking manga dudes are weird, bro. They're so weird. Asta my goat. All kinds of weird shit.
I feel the same, ironically, about like My Hero Academia fans.
Yes,
but
I
specifically.
Agree.
And I'm not saying like the anime fans aren't weird, but the manga My Hero Academia fans, sometimes they be a little on that weird side.
And what's funny is he's a My Hero Academia manga fan. Mm-hmm. So that just goes to show when you can take a step back and remove yourself from the fandom. I don't think there's no fucking anime that gets me like the way that these fanaticals do, bro. Like there's no like I'm sure My Hero is great. The manga's great. I see it all the fucking time, on the timeline. It's annoying, but they're just as bad as the Black Clover folks. Maybe worse. Probably worse. I don't know. Probably equal. No, they're probably equal. I don't think they could be worse. No, they're worse. They're worse because they will gladly spoil anything in a heartbeat. Black Clover says they'll just try their hardest to get you to read it, which never gonna happen.
All right, I'm about to make Polo pick the lesser of two evils here.
Mm-hmm. Talk to me.
Would you rather have Black Clover, Fairy Tail fans on the timeline constantly talking about their love and how amazing their stuff is, arguing with anybody who disagrees, or would you rather see what we typically already see, the constant big three talk and people implementing their own big three?
I thought it was going to be easy. Oh, shit.
Would you rather have the constant big three talk and everything it brings? Like I said, the
new big three bullshit.
Dragon Ball, Sailor Moon, and blah, blah, blah. What's the new big three? Oh, that's not my big three. Why is it called the big three?
Listen, bro, let me tell you something. I did see this on a timeline from one of our podcast peers. I think it's I'm gonna shout them out. Shout out to the 3 Weeps podcast. They were having a discussion about, I think it was Tower of God specifically, and they were talking about the new big three. It's going to be the new big three. I want to take a step back. I love you guys. You guys are awesome, man. What y'all do, keep up the fucking dope work. But I will say this: you guys, just like everybody else, understands what the big three actually means. The big three is based off of manga sales. You can't just make up a new big three. There's never going to be a big three ever again, ever. Period. Maybe you can look at the top 3 manga sales right now of stuff and create it yourself, but that's not what the big three was. It was a golden renaissance era for these particular manga sales that skyrocketed in a medium that wasn't popular, that wasn't considered big, that wasn't considered anything that anybody would even supposed to like. And if you liked it, you was a fucking dork. So
it was literally a culture bomb, shock.
Exactly. That's never going to happen again. So now, if you want to create your own My Big Three new shonen type of conversation, I get it. If that's what you're doing, I get it. I respect it. But just know that the word big three is very synonymous with the actual big three and not anything we just be creating. I love Tower of God. I think it's really good. Really fucking good. But it's never going to be a big three of anything. So I just want to get that out there. Before we get into the actual anime talk though, what was your episode of the week this week? I'm so curious. There's a lot of good episodes.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it a lot of good episodes?
Yes, absolutely.
Let me see. Not that one. Not that one. Kind of that one. That whole first 5 episodes I watched was pretty good, actually.
We'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about that later. I really enjoyed Made in Abyss too. I didn't watch Harem in the Labyrinth of Another World because I said I wasn't.
Good episode, by the way.
Now, hear me out. I know I did a little bit of slander before this one started, but Devil Was a Part-Timer had another really good episode this week. What was my episode of the week this week? Shit, hold up. I am going to go with I think I'm going to go with Overlord.
Okay. Really good one. That's a really good one. Okay, so I don't know what you were talking about. You're tripping because these episodes were fantastic. You got Overlord, Vermilion Gold. Well, I guess you're not watching this, so it doesn't really count. But My Stepmom's Daughter Is My Ex, fantastic episode. There was a couple of cuckoos that one continuation was from Fall. It's still really, really good. My Parallel World Pharmacy was another great episode. Fucking fantastic way to. I just love the way they go. Sorry, side tangent. I just love the way they go back in time into history and discuss actual problems that happened in the history of our Earth in comparison to what he's going through in his new world. It was fucking dope. Devil Is a Part-Timer is fantastic. A Yakuza God to Babysitting was also great on his nice little day off. Fucking another snooze fest for Call of the Night, but we ain't gonna talk about that. And in Summertime Rendering, obviously we know that can be episode of the fucking week every goddamn week. We're gonna talk about that later. But
Made in Abyss had a lot of really good information drop.
Yeah. Made in Abyss was fantastic. But episode of the week for me is easily Black Summoner. Black Summoner was so fucking fire this week. Bro, listen, this has to be one of the best directed fights I've seen since Demon Slayer. Not saying animation wise, no. I'm just saying direction. Like from moment to moment action, the way the camera was moving and the angles that they were setting up, it was so good. It was so fucking good. Black Summoner was episode of the week this week. I don't understand how this show is this good though. It's blowing me the fuck away, honestly. And when I'm not gonna spoil it, but when something happened and they showed like it was like this, I'm gonna just say this black mist covering around the enemy. When that black mist showed up around the enemy, it was the prettiest shit I've seen. It was some pretty ass CGI. I'm like, what the fuck? Why that look so good? And then it dissipated and it looked regular. But I digress, man. It was Black Summoner had a fucking fantastic episode this week, and it gets my episode of the week. Excuse my hypeness. But it was a good episode. It was a good episode.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the information we got from my Isekai life.
Yeah, my Isekai life had some good information too. Mm-hmm. I think in general, like I said, this whole I'm not saying like every episode this week wasn't really good. I'm just saying for like episode of the week quality, the ones that kind of got me is like Vermilion Gold, but I also watched 5 straight episodes of that. Yeah,
so that was just
to me fire. It was very easy. Like Vermilion Gold is in top of my head, and I could literally choose that right now. But I'm trying not to be biased because like I said, I watched 5 episodes. Yeah. So it's easy for me to choose that one, especially after I told Paul I was gonna watch Vermilion Gold.
Yeah, so that one's. With that one being so recent and you actually being able to string all the episodes together like that, it's kind of unfair, I think, too.
But I do love like some of the story points, and I see what you were talking about and kind of how it's going on in Vermilion Gold. So yeah. And
that outro though, what you think about that outro though? Let's talk about Vermilion Gold, man. Let's go. That outro of Vermilion Gold is so fire, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I like the intro too.
The intro ain't bad. Yeah.
I don't think the intro shake anything up really, but yeah, the outro is cool. Let's talk about them. So
my most underrated show this season.
You think it's underrated?
100%. Nobody talking about this show.
Let me pull it up real quick. You're right. No one's talking about it, so I can agree with the underrated statement. What I do think though is that I feel like the only reason no one's talking about it is because they're not. I guess if they actually sat down and watched, like let's say 2 episodes, gave it even a 3 episode rule, I think people will be talking about it.
Yeah, I do too.
But what do you think? Do you think it's like the name that throws people off? Like, what do you think about it?
So when you
makes it hard for people to dive into.
When you look at the cover art looks, I guess you could say, cheaply made. It doesn't look anything extravagant. When you look at the synopsis of it, Alto, a hapless student in the Royal Ortaga Magic Academy, whose academic performance leaves much to be desired. Rather than finding a sensible approach to salvaging his grades in time for graduation, Alto decides to summon a bit of otherworldly assistance. Once after he does, he's bound by legendary she-devil Vermeil into service as his familiar. It just seems very, very basic. You know what I'm saying? So, it doesn't seem. I'm like, if you just read that and you just looked at it and you're like, I don't know about that one, I'm probably going to skip it. And so I can see that.
I was gonna say I agree with that in a sense. Like, you look at it and it don't look like anything that's necessarily popping out, right? Mm-hmm. But if I'm gonna be real, like, and I'm only saying this because we talked about this earlier. If I looked at Black Clover's imagery,
I would have thought it was fire, to be honest.
Really? I didn't think Black Clover looked great. I thought it looked...
No. Imagery. When we talk about imagery, I'm talking about like the cover of it.
Yeah, like the cover of it, to me, I feel like it looks not good.
Really?
Like, I would have gave it a chance. And I remember, I think we talked about it in the first episode too. I was like, that first episode was too much.
No, okay.
And I'm talking about like looking at the synopsis for Black Clover. Mm-hmm. In my mind, like I said, this got something to do with like how I perceive it at this point because of, I guess, all the anime I watch. But in my mind, when I look at Black Clover, I don't think immediately like, bam, this is good, because of the artwork. It just looked like an action shonen that I'm gonna watch 2 episodes of and like, all right, this is trash. Right. But Vermilion and Gold, I think what turns people off of it is that it kind of like a slice of life.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that majority of the people who are actually gonna like this are like probably like shonen fans who like a little bit more depth in terms of like their characters and whatnot, right? But they get turned off from it because they don't see, oh, this is a shonen battle thing. You know, they don't see like action oriented imagery. So that's why I think people just turned off because they ain't trying to look into the deeper layers of what the show might provide. And I'm not saying everybody. I'm just saying there are people.
Yeah, of course.
Who, if it's getting, let me look at what's the rating for it right now? Yeah, 69%. I think. Yeah. And I'm not even necessarily saying that's like wrong, but I definitely think it can get a higher rating than that if people, you know, tuned in.
So far, man, this has some shit that has me like, I like you watching it, and it's like you got the surface level, right? You got the surface level of Alto and his situation, right? Then when it gets deeper, you find out what Alto is. I'm not even going to go into any spoilers whatsoever. What Alto is really capable of, and what he's really capable of, is because of the synopsis make it seem like it was him just haphazardly falling upon the situation, but no, that's not quite the case. It was him becoming a part of the situation, him getting into that situation because of a more deeper meaning, and I'm gonna just say, i.e., his mana pool, and I'm gonna leave everything else unknown to that. But it's extremely deep, and I'm super interested after what we just watched in the most recent episode, where this shit is about to go now, because it seems like now everybody's going to know of his particular situation, and I'm kind of curious as to see what the fuck is going to be the outcome of this. Hopefully it's not nothing too major, because I love the character interactions between everybody, you know what I mean?
They're gonna be on demon time after this.
But I'm glad you watched it, man. I'm glad you watched it, because that's this show was a big deal to me. I think it's really good. I think it's like Asterisk War type good, probably even better so far.
Think Asterisk War? Mm-hmm. I don't know, bro. Asterisk War, I watched it a few times. I thought it was really good. Like,
it's really good.
I ain't saying like top 10 good, but I think Asterisk War,
and
for a battle shonen,
I think this might get there. It could, because like the thing with Asterisk War is the goals doesn't seem as as fun and ambitious as Alto's go. It was just literally him just trying to save a group, essentially the world, quote unquote, but it was really the academy, right? This one is a little bit different. He got goals to become this, this particular rank or whatever, and I just feel like his morals and his efforts should be interesting to watch, right?
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Interesting than I think the actors were, to be honest.
I think a lot of the issue that Asterix War has is the fact that a lot of stuff just doesn't continue. Mm-hmm. I would love to see more of Asterix War. But where we're going with this, like I said, I agree. It's real cool. But I just want to see Francois go hard.
Man.
A rhinoceros beetle. I want to see the rhinoceros beetle go hard. Nah, but I'm talking shit. But yeah.
That's funny.
It is real good so far. If y'all gonna pick it up and let us know. We can talk. We do like a watch along, more or less.
Yeah. It's a good one. It's a good one. You got anything else you want to touch on before we get into these questions?
How you feeling about your sleeper?
Yeah, it's fucking boring me to tears, bro. It's boring me to tears. And it's probably because I've watched so much Slice of Life that even though this has that supernatural thing that's supposed to make, we got the same cup, that's supposed to make it different, it's still not good. And again, not good is strong, because it's good. It's good. It's a good show. But I'm telling you, there's so much shit that just is like my daughter's stepmom is my ex. It's so fucking phenomenal. My daughter and my stepmom's ex had a situation where everything they do or say, even though you don't quite understand it, you get it when you read it, has that deeper meaning behind it, right? Because you have this situation, and quick tangent, but this is going to go into the same correlating story here, so bear with me. My stepmom's daughter is my ex, has a lot of I guess you can call it double entendres, right? Maybe that's the right word. I don't fucking know. Whatever. I'm kind of stupid, so bear with me. There is situations in that show that has where in middle school, these two happen upon each other. They begin dating. The relationship just doesn't quite last. After the honeymoon phase of their relationship, it just kind of falls off completely. They break up. After they're broken up, I think it was they said like 6 months or something like that. Whatever the time frame was, I don't know. They get together as they're going into high school together, because his mom, the dude's dad and the girl's mom meet. They get married. Now they're step siblings, the exes. So you have this situation to where they essentially hate each other. But in that situation comes a bunch of just reconciliation with each other's like emotions, something that they never established in middle school. It was a premature relationship with immature people, essentially. And now it's coming together to have situations to where they're like slowly starting to like still hate. They still don't like each other, but they're starting to like each other enough to put on this front for their parents, to be good stepchildren for their parents, but like still be distant in high school to each other and still have their own separate lives. But it's so strange to see them talk about how, I hope, they say stuff like, I hope mom and dad doesn't stay together. Now you could take that as two ways. You hope mom and dad doesn't stay together so y'all can be together again, because obviously y'all are step siblings now, so y'all can't be together. Or I hope they don't stay together because I want to be away from you type shit. But you just don't quite know where they're going with it because of the way it's said and the tone that it takes and the emotion that's put behind it. You don't quite know where that's going yet and how they actually feel. But there's situations where it seems like they actually love each other still, but they don't. And it's so fucking just twisty-turvy, topsy-turvy, all kinds of shit. I say all that to say, Call of the Night is so basic. It's so fucking simple that it doesn't have any depth. Again, I say this all the time. It doesn't have the depth that Tell so adequately put a couple of episodes ago of this podcast. So adequately put into the show that's just not there. It's just not there. It's just they're slowly coming to gripes with what love is and figuring out from somebody who doesn't really have the emotion to learning what the emotion is to then coming together and eventually, quote unquote, probably fall in love. And that's cool. That's all right. It's just a basic story. But what makes Call of the Night actually good is the looks and the visuals. It's a fucking beautiful. And the sound. Yeah. That's what I meant. The looks and visuals are the same. Sound and the visuals are incredible. No. I can look at it all fucking day, even if I'm falling asleep.
Polo might have heard me say this before as a kid, quite a few times actually. And this might be part of the reason why I'm interested in Call of the Night. But I remember as a kid all the time, and I remember being in 8th grade talking to our good brother CJ, aka Bert, who used to fall in love with a girl every other week.
Yes.
And I remember saying there's no such thing as like teenage love. Like, you're not falling in love as a teenager. You say it all the time. It's just not a thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably why I'm interested in it, right? It's because like I think it's reasonable for teenagers to have like obviously emotions and whatnot, but it almost feels like it's a contradiction to myself, right? Maybe more or less like, hey, this show is like telling me that I'm a damn liar because we got a 14-year-old, 15-year-old boy. He's 14, I'm assuming.
I think he's in middle school. Oh, middle school. Okay.
So we know he's a teenager trying to fall in love with a vampire. And I'm just like, it's not going to happen. But he's trying. And I think he's got some good points. And I like the discovery with like the internal understanding of like what it is love. Is that like that's the question? Yeah, but so I really rock with that.
Yeah, but that's discovery that's in every fucking slice of life anime you will ever watch, bro. It's not anything new or special or different whatsoever.
I'm not saying that like I'm not saying it isn't. I'm saying that I think this plate they kind of put it on for us ain't that bad. I mean, I can't understand how in comparison to others though it feels like, oh, this ain't shit. This is another walk in the park. It ain't nothing.
It's so very dry, bro. I'm telling you, it's so dry. Like, I wish you could find it in your soul. So just
take your 1,000 hours of anime slice of life.
No. Just watch My Daughter Is My Stepmom's Ex, or My Stepmom Is My Daughter's Ex, or whatever the fuck the title's called. Bear with me. Just add it to the list, man, and watch it, and you will completely understand what I mean, because it's, again, two great characters. One being a former dork, which is the girl, and the other being kind of like this cool, chill, almost fucking Monty romantic comedy snafu.
Hachiman?
Yeah. Almost Hachiman-esque. He's just a simple dude that just wants to read his books and wants to enjoy his school life as calmly and as naturally as possible. Getting thrust in different situations and how they handle it. It's such a creative spin on a story that seems like it'll be something else, but it's not quite what you think. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so good. It's so good. And that's why I'm just saying, like, calling them, I have to refrain from saying, because again, but the sleepers I've picked has never been bad. This show isn't bad. It's not bad at all. It's just not, I think Tail froze. Yeah, Tail froze. It's just not that good. I mean, not that good. Not that special, I guess. And yeah, it's just not that special. It's atypical, be usual. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is. That's it.
Yeah.
While it's pretty and it sounds dope, it's definitely just atypical, be usual. Oh shit! I think that's the title of this episode.
Atypical, be usual.
Mm-hmm.
I like that too. That sounds dope.
Damn, I'll be jumping some bars sometimes. Anyway, it's fun though. It's fun though. What you think about your sleeper though? My Isekai life.
I mean, it's cool.
Exactly.
I feel like we got better Isekai this season for sure, but I'm not necessarily mad at it. I do get bored watching it sometimes.
Yeah. It's so crazy. We feel the exact same way we feel about like our sleepers. Like
well, it's also because like you brought up Black Summoner, right?
God, so good.
Like, yo, how do I compare My Easy Got Life right now to Black Summer? And the thing is, you don't compare it right now. You kind of got to enjoy it for what it is.
Yes. And I became good at that. To be fair.
But the reality is like these are direct comparison anime, more or less, right?
True.
They both using slimes.
True.
They're both summoners, more or less.
Yeah.
And one has better fight choreography than the other.
Mm-hmm.
Now, My Easy Got Life did have a couple of really good fight scenes, but they were short, maybe 10-second scenes even.
Right.
So
I'll take having a fight be almost a full episode like Black Summer did than what we get from My Easy Got Life. Because My Easy Got Life, it seems what it's doing is like it's trying to respect your time, and I respect that. I definitely respect that. It's cool, but it also leaves out like a bunch of context with how strong he actually is. Like I get it. Dude's powerful, but I think we should be able to like see more of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and we've dealt with powerful characters before, so it almost feels like a slap in the face. Like,
yeah,
Ainz would destroy dude on accident. So you can just show us what power is. Like you literally know what season he's in right now with other characters he's in dealing with.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah. Very valid points.
And then you also have like the personality of our main character from Black Summoner, who just feels, so in my opinion, just better.
Yeah, so good, bro. He's so interesting. To find him to be this battle hog is, it's so good.
He's Polo when he turned on the game.
True. I love it, man. I love it. I thoroughly enjoy Black Summoner. I think it's incredible. My Easy Got Life is pretty good, but it's unfortunate that it came out the same year as Black Summoner, or the same season as Black Summoner, because I think that's the only thing that's really stopping it from doing good. So, all right, let's get into these questions. Before we get into the questions, though, I would like to say that during our spoiler talk, the second half of the show, which is after the music break, we are going to spoil a couple of shows. The two shows that we're always spoiling in this season is Summertime Rendering and Overlord 4. The third show, what's the third show gonna be?
I was cool with Rent a Girlfriend again this week.
We'll do another episode, another spoiler talk of Rent a Girlfriend. Perfect. All right, so just to keep make y'all aware of that, but now we got the Twitter questions from our Twitter at Mike Check Waifu. I want to start off with one that's a pretty dope one. I had it pulled up and then I lost it because I'm a doofus. Here it is. It's from So Very Unrelated. A dope listener. Apparently, I'm just finding out that she had a podcast with some people, which is crazy. I feel bad for just learning this, but So Very Unrelated has a podcast called the Blurb Buffet, and she asked a really dope question. So, for context, this is not anything specific. This is just one in their particular shows, right? So the question is, what anime villain do you think should have won? Personally, she says that Makishima from Psycho Pass was correct. And she said that they're going to discuss it this week on a Blurb Buffet. So make sure you check out Blurb Buffet. So what villain, in your opinion, in the anime verse, should have won the respective anime battles?
First of all, Psycho Pass, you're 100% right.
Yeah, I agree. That's how I was going to start off my answer too. That's funny as well.
I don't know, bro. I'm gonna start with Naruto. Pain should have won.
Really?
I don't think Pain is. I don't necessarily think Pain is right, but I thought Pain had the power to like actually win. So I think he should have won, but his cause is the same as Naruto's, more or less, just more traumatic,
destructive. It's literally destruction.
He had to live the life Naruto would have lived had Naruto not lived in a Leaf Village with so many dope ninja and people protecting them. I don't know, bro. What?
That's a good question, ain't it? It's a great question. That's a tough one because
Bondru did nothing wrong. Maybe.
Who?
I'm joking. I said Bondru did nothing wrong.
Oh God, you're a demon.
He did everything wrong. Hold on. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say, if I had to pick one, bro, it's tough. Because no villain really deserves to win. If you write a villain that deserves to win, like Psycho-Pass, then I don't know. That's just talented. I think. Fuck, dude. This is tough, man. It's really hard. I'm gonna have to say, what's his name from? Okay. I'm gonna say, what was his name from fucking? I gotta look it up now. Now, while I don't agree with his methods, and even though he was close to winning, very close to winning. Fuck, they don't have his name quick. The witch from ReZero. Not the witch lover from ReZero. What is his name? The head of the mansion.
Oh, I can't think of his name either. Yes, I know who you're talking about.
Yes,
white skin, yep. Michael Jackson looking, super powerful.
Yeah, they don't have him. They don't have him listed quickly. Fuck.
Yeah, I'll find him real quick.
But I think his reasoning was valid, because like
solid.
Yeah, it was like, yo, you coming here and you disrupting literally everything for what? For a girl you barely know, or you know what I'm saying, according to everything you went through, you barely know.
Roswaal.
Yeah, Roswaal, duh. Yeah. I think Roswaal should have won, or could have won, and it would have been kind of dope. It would have been kind of dope. Roswaal was he's a certain kind of menacing that's like so, I guess it's scary, man. It's scary.
So I'm gonna say two more since I just thought of them.
What you got?
One was and I'm only saying this because I kind of agree. Vivi, what they were doing for like the sake of humanity is understandable, right? Like the AI is disrupting humanity, so the villains wanting to get rid of the AI wasn't necessarily a bad thing for the grand scheme of keeping humanity alive. They just didn't know how to make it work in a way that was gonna make everything cool. Yeah, makes sense. So they're not wrong. And then the other one is just My Hero Academia, like. And I'm only saying it from the perspective of some things that I've learned, but more about the idea of like, you live in a superhero society, superheroes are licensed, and they're not doing it to be like a hero. Like Hero Killer Stain, to me, he was the one spitting the facts. He let y'all know, who are the heroes here? Are we really being heroes, or are we in this for the money? Right. And Hero Killer Stain should have been the ultimate bad guy then. I agree. He's spitting the facts.
I agree wholeheartedly. I think everybody else that we've seen so far, anime wise, I'm not gonna talk manga, but anime wise, it were shallow. They were so atypical bad guy that it's kind of boring, right? But Hero Killer Stain is something special. Something special. He was. I think fuck, man. I don't know. That's a good question. I'm gonna have to really think on that. I want to come back to that next week too. I want to come back to that question next week too, because I want to just think on a bunch of anime that has really decent bad guys. Because I definitely don't think Aizen should have won. He was just fucking ridiculous. I don't think there's anybody else.
What about Ainz Al Ghun?
Yeah, he's definitely
he's somebody villain.
He's going to win. He is the villain of the show. Funny enough. All right, we got let's slide over to Rob J at _1_ Rob J. Follow his new account. He says, have you guys been reading anything as of late? He got a list of questions, by the way, so I'm gonna just start one at a time.
Let's go, Rob. Yeah, so y'all already know I'm gonna say it faithfully every time y'all ask me what I'm reading. Twin Star Exorcist and My Hero Academia stay on the read list. I read One Piece like once every 2 weeks, just to 2 chapters at a time. I'm not reading Black Clover anymore.
Good.
So that's not getting caught back up on. And then it was this manga that I planned on picking back up about smartphones because it was kind of dope. But other than that, I'm not really reading anything other than more personal training textbooks.
For me, I'm gonna try to pick back up. This is when I'm trying to pick back up Mission Yozakura Family.
Of course.
But I am reading Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh yeah, I gotta catch up on JJK.
Yeah.
And Chainsaw Man.
Well, it's only 3 chapters of Chainsaw. 2 chapters of Chainsaw Man, so you're not that far behind.
Yeah.
He says, I'll ask y'all, one gotta go to never have existed. One gotta go and to never have existed. The Boondocks or or Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Avatar.
Boondocks.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the Boondocks is really good though. It's really hard to choose, but I think Avatar was so much more. And I'm gonna say, I know
you don't lose Legend of Korra though.
Legend of Korra, he put in parentheses, not Korra. So Korra don't go.
So you still keep
Korra. Yeah, but I would rather have the OG, The Last Airbender, because I think that show is just, it's to have an American studio do what they did with that show. I mean, both American studios do what they did with those shows.
Yeah,
really fucking dope. But I feel like I'm going against the culture, but I just have to say,
no, bro, it is what it is. Also,
Last Airbender is fire.
From my friends that I know who read the Airbender series or the Avatar series, they said the reads were always better than the watches. So,
but the watches were great. So I don't even know why. Yeah. So if something's great, then it must be goated. If these were better. But the Boondocks was cool. It was a nice little zeitgeist. You know what I'm saying? Nice little time. Cool to have, but I don't need it. You know, I don't think I will. I don't really need it. Shout out to Regina King though. How do y'all like y'all pizza?
So Polo and I gonna disagree on this one too.
Like a normal human being.
I like my pizza with extra thick crust. Sometimes with some cheese in it. And I like
I do like stuffed crust. Stuffed crust is good.
I like my toppings to be
no, be for real. Like your actual toppings as your go-to toppings.
My favorite pizza
that you enjoy.
My favorite pizza is one I haven't been able to get since I left University of Akron. But basically it was a buffalo chicken pizza with pineapples on top.
Okay, gross.
But I can get the buffalo or barbecue chicken pizza anywhere. I just gotta add pineapples on top.
You're sicko.
You don't like buffalo or barbecue chicken pizza? That's
not the problem, and you know it. No, I just like fucking pepperoni. Just give me a good pepperoni pizza. And then if it's stuffed crust, I'll take that too. I'll take some stuffed crust pizza because I do enjoy.
I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm a meat lovers pizza kind of dude.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to have the pizza with all the extra meat and shit on there.
I do like an Italian sausage on there too. You're right.
I swear. And like I don't have to have like pineapple on my pizza all the time. Like I do like pineapple on some of my pizzas. But if I'm going like all out, it's gonna always be meat lovers, or like if I don't do the pineapple, I would love to have that buffalo or barbecue chicken on pizza because it's busting every single time. It's so fucking good, bro.
Yeah, I like. You know what I like when they do with the barbecue chicken pizza. I like when they put I hate onions normally, but when they put the onions on there too, and they be under the cheese with the barbecue sauce and the chicken, should be
top tier, bro. I swear it's good.
I hate onions though, but I just love that. Favorite nostalgic cartoon that you wouldn't mind rewatching? I don't like cartoons. I really don't. The one that come to mind is Code Lyoko. Only because when I hear that intro, that French cartoon, I used to record that on VHS.
Shit was borderline anime. That's why you chose it.
That's probably why. Yeah.
Choose something else, bro.
I can't. I really can't. Like, there's no cartoon I like watching. Yeah, even as a kid, I was I was either fucking dabbling in like, and I'm gonna say kid, you know, early teens. I was like dabbling in video shit. I was always watching YouTube trying to learn something. At the stir arts, but I don't like childhood cartoons. I was never really into them. I guess maybe back in the I wouldn't want to rewatch this though, and this actually is an anime. Back in the day, I used to really enjoy Beyblade too. I thought that show was dope as fuck. But I don't really have. That's a little low. That's like.
I ain't rewatching Beyblade no time.
Me either. I don't want to rewatch it. I don't ever want to see it again in my life. That's what I'm saying. I don't really have a cartoon that I would go back to outside of Code Lyoko.
So I'm similar to Polo for the most part because I used to go outside and touch grass.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. And not to shit on nobody. I'm just saying I used to go outside and touch grass. And when I was in the house, like I said, another thing similar to Polo, I was mostly like looking up stuff on how to do different things, like whether it's with my computer or anything else, how to remove viruses that I accidentally put on from downloading Napster and stuff like that.
True.
But one of the things that, like, one of the cartoons I did like that, and I used to have my cartoons on in the background, never really watched them just like directly all the time. Like it's kind of weird, but it would be Ed, Edd n Eddy. I really fucked with Ed, Edd n Eddy hard as a kid, and that was one of the ones I would, if I had to rewatch a cartoon, it would probably be that one. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm going to go with Ed, Edd n Eddy.
Thanks, Rob J. I appreciate the questions. Really tough questions, man. Except for the pizza one. That's pretty easy. Did you hear about Bungo Stray Dogs season 4? January?
Let's go. It's time.
That's fucking hype. Somebody said best news I got all day to that.
I mean, I can see why.
True. And then we're gonna swing right into the other Rob. The other Rob says, Rob, aka Father of Vash, aka the Dad Needs to Talk podcast. Make sure you check out Dad Needs to Talk podcast. It's great show. Really great show. He says, this year feels like the floodgates are open to anything getting an anime adaptation. Recent weeks, so many got announced. How, this is a great question. Speaking of devil, how high are your hopes for Mission Yozakura Family getting an anime? And he said the physical versions of the manga are finally coming in a few months. Yeah, it's just a matter of time. From the moment it dropped, me and Tel said that.
And it's picking up in popularity too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always good, especially for a series that you enjoy. So yeah, my hopes are pretty high. But at this point, especially with things like Spy Family getting animated, I feel like that whole concept is going to get popular.
Yep.
So it's gonna open floodgates for that specifically, even to get brought into it.
Yeah. So the funny thing is back in the early aughts of this podcast, many years ago, 3 years ago now. If you go back in the archives, you could see we had something called MCM. Mic Check Manga, where we would read a manga and we would discuss it for a little bit. Well, I think it was the first 10 chapters or so of Mission Yozakura Family. So you can go back in the time machine. They probably sound awful, so bear with me because they were early days. But you can go back and listen to those episodes of us talking about it. And I think back in the day we said we can't wait till it gets animated because we felt like it was just a matter of time before that shit gets picked up. Yeah, very much so confidence in that shit. Yeah. And then he said, it seems like whoever greenslights this stuff at these companies finally saw the light. I think between Demon Slayer sales boom and the rise of manga sales during the pandemic all played a part into the anime dreams becoming true. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I do think the success of Demon Slayer, I think, and this is not being biased or anything because we like Demon Slayer, no. This is being super objective. I think when Demon Slayer popped off, it literally changed social media. I think it became bigger than some of its parts because of Twitter or because of Instagram and because of TikTok. I think those are Demon Slayer came out, that season 1 Demon Slayer came out that perfect time for anime to become mainstream and popularized to where everybody started popping up with podcasts. Everybody started popping up with fucking, what was that? AMVs of Demon Slayer.
Yep.
Just a bunch of shit that just was it just exploded because of that episode 19. Luckily, we had our podcast after episode 10 of Demon Slayer, so we were ahead of the curve a little bit.
Right.
but that's where it kind of all started. And then you either got the major side of people hating Demon Slayer. Oh, it's just only animation. It's just only animation. And then you got the other folks who recognize what it is.
And let's even go a little bit further, right? Because that timing for the anime was perfect, but the manga, like I said, we've said this before, was one of the first big manga to actually outsell One Piece, which is wild because the only other anime to really ever do that, I think, was Attack on Titan. And that was on release after, I think, season 1 ended. Everybody was so hyped that they just started buying Attack on Titan. And then Promised Neverland got close, but Promised Neverland issues. So it was a good time for something like Demon Slayer. You can't say it's just the animation if the manga is selling like hotcakes as well, because the manga don't look half as good as the anime.
True that.
But it had that perfect placement, is what we can call it. It was the perfect time for it to come out and really shake everything up, and it's opening up that floodgates, like you said, Rob.
Straight up. Good stuff. There's still one more question, I believe. I'll have to find it. Here it is. Wafiq. I think I'm saying your name right. I am Wafiq. It's Feeq. Feek, he says, if you can only keep one, this is the last question, obviously. If you can only keep one and the other 3 are gone forever, which are you choosing? Which I think he did this to us on purpose. I know he did. But he's choose ReZero, Hunter x Hunter, Made in Abyss, reincarnated as a slime.
That is kind of messed up.
Yeah, but we already know what we choosing.
Yeah, I agree. I think I know what I'm gonna choose regardless.
Yeah,
I'm picking Made in ReZero.
Nice fake out. Yeah, ReZero. For those of you that don't know, ReZero is our number 1 anime of all time. It was even before our list was updated, because it updated after season 2 of ReZero dropped and became both of our number 1s. ReZero was in our top 5, and that was the only show that made our top 5 that we both had in our top 5. And we didn't know what our top 5s was before that either. So that's the crazy part. So yeah, ReZero is the number 1 anime, and I swear to God, it's time for a rewatch. We have to do this.
Yeah, I agree. And also, I'm gonna say thank you. Because they put Fullmetal Alchemist in there, I would have actually struggled. I would have been sweating.
True. That would have been way too tough, but I would have still had to pick ReZero. I'm sorry.
That's what I'm thinking, but I would have been like, oh my God, I'm sweating, bro. I'm sweating.
Oh, man. Thank y'all so much for answering the call for the questions, man. Y'all always give us some fun stuff. I enjoy it so much. It always gives us a good conversation and good stuff to think about, for sure. All right, man, let's take this. We're going to go into a quick break, but before we do that, let's get to know my check waifu. It's part of the podcast where one of us rolls a random number generator, the other reads a question associated with that number. It's my turn to roll the random number generator. It's your turn to read the question this week, and the number is 5.
Okay, we're going to skip this one.
Okay, I'll re-roll.
It's your favorite romance anime.
Okay. Delete that. 13.
Yeah. 13 is ironically our last question. Your Google has been made public. Your Google history has been made public. Which search is the hardest to explain?
Shit, I don't. Let's see here. I'm looking at my Google search history right now.
Yeah.
I guess the hardest to explain to somebody who doesn't know anything about my streaming or anything else would probably be how to get a dream horse. How to get a dream horse. Now, what that is it's weird to explain because it takes place in a game called Black Desert Online, and I'm gonna go ahead and explain it. There's there's a horse training system in that game, and the horse training system allows you to take something called a courser horse and training up to a dream horse. Now, dream horse are these special mythical horses that you can get in the game. You can get between a unicorn, a doom horse, which is like a fire horse that does like PvP damage, and you get Pegasus. So I was trying to find out how I can get a dream horse, because I forgot the method and how you do that, because you have to give like special food and special training materials and shit to then evolve it into a dream horse, but it takes a lot of time. There. That'll be the toughest thing. I don't really have anything crazy in my search history, because I don't use my computer for scary things. Not scary thing. Things that are of my pleasure, I use my phone.
So my Google
my
search history
tab crazy though.
Woo! My Google search history, and I mean, I'm looking at it right now. I'm just like, okay, yeah, I'm looking at it on my phone. So, but it says, and this is the only thing I can think of, because it's relevant to what I've been doing a lot of lately, but not relevant to anybody who would know looking at it immediately.
Masturbation.
No. It says, how much does an astrophysicist and a theoretical physicist make? And I was just looking at how much money they make.
That is weird. But that's not hard to explain. That's obvious. We need something that's hard to explain. You're just trying to sound smart for the people.
Let's see. How do I go to my fucking search history?
I just go to Google. What I do is I go to Google and just click the magnifying glass or click the search box without pressing anything. I got random number generator, obviously, because I just used that to write a question. I got Freon, because we were looking up the cost of lumps of sugar. Carrot Confidence are all like BDO stuff I was just looking at recently, I guess. How to get a dream horse, BDO fairy rankings, Courser or type non-heavy. That's a shipping Elite Dangerous.
I don't have nothing. Font generator, Roblox, fitness connection.
Yeah, you don't really have anything.
I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing.
All right, well, explain Roblox. Why the hell do you have Roblox in your search history?
Because I have a 4-year-old, like a 5-year-old, who wants to play Roblox. So I have to Google Roblox and make sure whatever server he goes on actually safe.
There you go. I knew why. I just wanted to make sure y'all had a chance to get his side of the story. Anyway. All right, we'll be right back. When we come back, we'll be talking about how I said Elite Dangerous. What the fuck? We'll be talking about Overlord. Summertime rendering and Rent a Girlfriend. We'll be right back after these. welcome Black to Mic Check Waifu. Let's talk about Summertime Rendering, bro.
Worst episode since it's been released.
You're crazy.
I am.
That's fucking one of the best episodes they've had in a very long time. I love the fact that they were listening to our podcast and decided to solve our quandary on if them is them, then are they? You know,
they did answer that question.
Totally fucking. They listened to our shit. It was like, well, it's actually that person. So there's that, I guess.
Yeah, and
just more great information, man.
And the groundskeeper, the hunter.
Yeah, the hunter.
His whole scenario to me was like, I can't imagine having to do that, or even like being in that scenario where I have to realize that like my wife went outside, got scanned,
and it's gone.
I'm pinning you down. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
You see what I'm saying? The problem what's fucked up is that after the battle, all the shadows went crazy, right? We learned that all the shadows kind of fucking lost their shit. Mm-hmm. After that battle and then the shadows lost their shit, like it just hurt so much more because now we know that Ushio couldn't even done it. Like she could have maybe ripped her, like, you know, cleaned her up or hacked her, but it just wouldn't have been probably the same. And that sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of hurts because he could have had some semblance of his wife back, you know, for a little bit at least.
But also, like, let's look at this because there's a lot going on. And to me, I feel like this is
your internet was tripping. Your internet bugged out a little bit. What'd you say?
It's probably still bugging out right now. But there's a lot going on, and a lot of trauma, right? Yeah. Like you think about, imagine fighting these things, and imagine not remembering that they killed you yesterday or a minute ago, and you got this guy showing you memories of what happened and how they took your gun to kill me or anything like that, right? Mm-hmm. Even if she was able to come back as his wife, there's no way he could ever trust her again.
Interesting. Yeah, it's just...
And I'm not saying like our main character can't do it. I'm saying his character.
Yeah.
And I think that's why his character took the stand he did in this episode where he made Ushio leave.
Oh, yeah.
So he could, you know, kind of like, it's almost like you put down a dog that hurt somebody. Yep. It's like, I'm not comparing the love of your life to a dog, but it's like, you got to take on this responsibility now because it's only going to cause more problems for the literal rest of the world. Well, for the island for the most part, but it could be for the rest of the world. But yeah, it's like, I can't imagine being in that situation, bro. That's a hard time right there.
The juiciest piece of information we got has to be the fact that, and they flashed over it quick, but the fact that the starting point is further back now because it was a new day. Mm-hmm. I'm starting to think, and maybe this could be me just overthinking it, but with the show, you can never overthink it. I'm starting to think
let us know in 2 episodes,
right? I'm starting to think that if he is well rested, that is what extends the duration of the starting point. Because now, I think because this is the first time he got sleep in literally quote unquote days, even though it hasn't been that long. And I think we talked about that last week, didn't we? Mm-hmm. how he's just been up, but I think him getting that rest and him, like, I don't know, his mental self or his mental other half, it's like telling him, okay, good, the line is further back now, which means that they have a little bit more leeway with restarts again before it completely fails. That's fucking cool. It's so fucking cool.
And they always sprinkle in a little bit of goodness, right? And it's always so subtle.
So subtle.
So to see that, you know, that is a circumstance that we're currently in, where not only can we see that, you know, the starting point is a little bit further back, but it also, like you said, gives us leeway. It gives our main character a space where he feels like, I can take a little bit of extra risk if I need to.
Yes.
Do we want to take a risk if we don't have to? Absolutely not. But if we got the space to take a risk just to make sure some shit works when we need it to work,
yes,
we're going to take it. Now, I was completely wrong with how I thought they was going to disseminate or eliminate this this damn brand. But it's there, and apparently it ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, they got to do something with it, because now, with it being an actual day passing, and it's because they were stuck on the 22nd for the fucking longest. Now they're on the 23rd of July. With it being the 23rd of July, meaning the festival was it the 24th or the 25th?
I think it's the 24th.
Okay. With the festival being the 24th, and now Shide recovering from getting all the old shadows that he's had in the past around the island, and just fucking sucking him up and recovering his energy, is going to be a problem again, that brand thing, because obviously he's going to feed Haine again. Obviously she's going to be recovered, and when she recovers, we're going to have some serious issues, because again, she has the same information Shinpei has. So
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Shinpei can be scanned, right?
No. Well,
he can be, because he was scanned before.
Yeah, but I think that
it doesn't give him immunity, because they were scanning the same people over and over when they were going back and forth, right?
No. So
because they scanned Shiori's parents, they weren't scanned before they came back. And then when they come back, Shiori's parents get scanned and deleted.
Oh, okay.
So I'm saying
in the previous loops.
Yeah, I'm saying that he should be able to be scanned. I'm only saying this because maybe the scan can be like a second branding for him, since it copies everything. I'm not sure. I think like they could use that as a plan to like throw off. I'm not sure, because he's also a shadow.
So we know that people, like, we know that the Mio can scan people, right? Mm-hmm. So why don't Mio scan everybody, give them immunity, and then they work backwards from there? You know what I'm saying?
Because I know she has to make copies of people from herself, right? But also, what we got in the previous information is that Haine is the only one that can scan multiple people.
Interesting.
So okay. I'm not sure if she can continuously scan.
Yes, because she already scanned Toroku, whatever her name
Tokiko?
is. Yeah.
Well, she also scanned Mio too. Oh no, Mio was already a copy.
Mio was born from mother. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. Tough one, man. Tough one. I think you're right. I think Shinpei can be scanned, which would be hard to do when you got Ushio literally around your wrists all the time. So that's kind of like, she ain't gonna let anything get close to him to be able to do that, which is cool. But I'm fucking curious to see where it's gonna go. Episode 16 right now.
Yeah.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. We still got a lot of episodes left.
And I love it. I love it because I feel like I'm always on my toes watching this anime.
Yes, man. You can't know what's going to happen next. There's no fucking possible way. Every single time you think you know, at least at the beginning when we first started watching this, I'm like, oh, I think I got the gist of it.
Yeah. Every time you think you know,
they fucking flip the shit on the head. Yeah, it's
every time.
Again, they're writing backwards. They're incredible writers. They're incredible fucking directors too. Because I don't even know how you fucking keep track of all this without.
Polo said they writing backwards. They ain't writing backwards. They wrote backwards. They wrote forwards. They wrote sideways. they wrote parallel. They wrote perpendicular.
Crazy,
they wrote in the future, in the past. 2D and 3D. I'm talking shit.
It's a tough thing to keep straight, and they keeping it straight. They're doing a really good job.
Yeah,
I'm impressed. I love the calm before the storm, though, that this episode gave us.
Yeah.
Wow, I still was on my toes. I did like the closure that Shu got with his dad.
Mm-hmm.
I did like the conversation between the Mios.
Yep. A lot of this, and when you say like calm before the storm, a lot of it feels like almost like that calm after the storm, before the storm. Like it's a whole another storm coming right after this.
You're absolutely
and we literally
right.
just had so much chaos, bro. and it's like, yeah, we got some calm. Cause it felt like they jumped right back into the chaos after the chaos.
No, you're right.
And yeah, we got some calm, but it's about to jump right back into some more chaos because we don't really have much time to wait. So what's gonna happen with this Kiriki dude?
Yep. Yeah. Oh my God, he's scary because he was the first fucking thing that killed Shinpei.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking crazy. Like, oh my God, this is so crazy. I can't wait. I fucking can't wait because you can see I felt Shinpei's anxiety when he was going up there too. I'm like, oh fuck, here we go again.
And I have to say it. This is the first time I hated when the episode ended.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I don't mean hate it because like, you know, like sometimes you hate it because it's so good. I've hated it every ending to every episode so far because I wanted to keep watching. But this is the first time I hated it where I was like, oh my God,
not now.
What's about to happen? Why y'all do me like that of all times? You had to do me like that right now.
I agree, bro. I agree. All right, let's slide on over to Overlord 4, man.
So, Overlord, we got a lot of really cool things going on.
So the thing with Overlord, doesn't Overlord feel like a long movie? Like,
yeah, it's like a movie we watching in segments.
Yeah, yes, bro. That's what I come to establish with watching Overlord, because when you watch Overlord season 1 through 3, like we've done, they were always the episodes went by so quick to where you didn't even realize that they were like ending, because it was and it carried on to Overlord 4. Like, these episodes are fucking flying by, but it doesn't feel like I'm spending 25 minutes or so watching them. Like, they just go back and stuff is always happening. There's always a greater progression happening to the overarching story, and this time it being the Sorcerer Kingdom and establishing ways to advance forward with finding more people to join the kingdom, or finding people from Yggdrasil to recognize what the Tomb of Nazarick is doing, or Ainz Ooal Gown is doing. And I finally heard the Japanese version of Cocytus' name is Cocytus or Cocytus. Yeah, it's Cocytus in Japanese and Cocytus in English. I think I like the English version better. It just sounds more menacing. But
yeah,
I fucking hate Shalltear's voice in Japanese. This is the first time I heard it. I don't like it at all.
I can't remember. Does she have like the girly, annoying voice?
Yeah, the real whiny voice. It's like, it's not good. Shalltear's voice in English is way better. It's more fitting. Befitting of her overconfidence. In Japanese, it just sounds real whiny. Well, she's being whiny, yes, but she loses that elegance. Yeah, that's what it is.
I also think in Japan, those characters who have that overconfident, the women characters who have that overconfident sound tend to have that same type of voice.
Yeah, I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit at all. But from what we got, though, I love seeing Shalltear grow, though. I definitely do.
She did seem... I guess this is one of the first times outside of her actual fight, though, that we actually get extended time with Shalltear, because we really haven't had much time extended with her outside of her running through the mines and killing people.
Yeah.
So this felt like the first time we really got to get some one-on-one time almost.
Right, and what's cool is they mentioned that, right? They mentioned the fact that Ainz wanted her to grow as a quote unquote person, obviously, but wanted her to grow because instead of just using her for battle prowess, I want her to be able to analyze and think strategically, which was great to see. It was great to see, and using Mari, I think her name is Mari, to help her with that was fucking phenomenal, because their creators I can't remember their name, and I don't have my doc pulled up, but their creators were brother and sister, and Shalltear was the brother, I think, and then Shalltear was the brother, and Mari's creator was a sister, and they used to always bicker and fight. So it's kind of like this. She was the big sister, he was the little brother, and it's kind of like you can tell the Mari being the bigger sister, quote unquote, and it's to Shalltear, while Shalltear tries to learn from Ainz and try to become a better person outside of just her battle prowess, which was great. Yeah. A quick fact about this, what we saw, you know, those ninjas that they were commanding. Yeah, those undead ninjas. Those are actually gold summons. So they summon, you pay gold to summon them, and they're level 80 ninja that can do all kinds of shit, bro. They're insanely strong, like insanely strong. So just to put that in a little perspective for you, those ninjas that be jumping around and moving all crazy. And shit.
So they're still stronger than everything he's fought so far.
Everything, yeah, literally everything that's in that particular world so far. It's insane.
The rune information though.
Yeah, man, what's going on?
That
with the
shit
dwarves?
was game changing, and we ain't even in the game for real.
Quite literally, I love the fact that like we go here and try to find the dwarves, and the dwarves got this whole situation going on right now. You know what those monsters are based off of?
Kobolds.
They're called in D&D. Gnolls.
Kobolds?
No, the Gnoll. They're called Gnolls or something like that.
Gnolls, GNOLLS.
I think so. Yeah, they're based off of those things. The hairy wolf like creatures, wolf man like creatures. Yeah,
I think kobolds are the same. Oh no, kobolds are actual little dragons. Yeah, so they are Gnolls.
Yeah,
that's dope.
It's super dope. I thought you would like that. I think. What's funny is that they're supposed to be really fucking tough too. As the dwarf was saying, they're supposed to be super tough. Like their skin made of this metal that can't be pierced or something like that.
But they all get captured instantaneously
and charmed by Shalltear. It's so good, man. I love that. That whole interaction was so interesting, but it was so quick, man. Well, Mari finding the dwarf, that conversation was super dope, and them talking to Ainz and the dwarf like, you know what, fuck it, I'll give you everything I got if that means I can continue on this legacy of this rune making, because our dwarves are just, they saying to fuck with it, like whatever, they can go away, and I'm glad to see that like this dwarf has some character, super dope. But like I said, the charm with Shalltear was also dope. You about to say something? Sorry.
I was thinking, you I was gonna let you go, but I was thinking we watched something else. What did I watch today that also had to do with gnomes, or not gnomes, dwarves, and had to become a blacksmith in order to actually smith anything?
Oh, Black Summoner.
Yeah, see, I love that was like another thing that's going on. But yeah, I love that, like you said earlier, the dwarves have all this going on where the gnolls, or the like jackal-esque, not jackals, but the dog-esque characters are ready to attack the dwarves, and Ainz has found them as a resource, essentially, is what's going on, right? Dwarves are going to be a resource for the Temple of Nazarick. Yeah. So he can't let the dwarves go down, but he also wants to keep, these gnoll characters for research purposes or whatever. Man, yeah. Very interesting stuff, man. I just wish the episodes were longer, man. I wish it was some fucking ReZero special director's cut type shit, man. Right.
Because they do feel like we're watching the movie in segments, the way it just starts and then ends in the middle of some progressive shit,
And to think we like almost halfway through.
Oh fuck, dude. So sad, man. I love Overlord. I love Overlord a lot. It's really good. It's really good. The dubs is also coming out extremely fast too, by the way.
Oh, is the dub already started?
Oh yeah, the dub's like I think the dub is only 2 weeks behind. Which is pretty good. Which I might have to do a rewatch. I did watch the first episode. Obviously, it was fire. It's so good. The dub is so good. I don't know. I can't wait. I can't wait to get more. And last but not least, let's move on to Rent a Girlfriend.
I mean, so this was kind of a nice episode. Kind of. I mean, yeah. So I'm gonna say it's kind of a nice episode because I feel like our main character said and did some things that were just like
manly,
I guess. Yeah. And also just better for him. Like when he was drunk, he was kind of saying what he felt, what he thought, and that's good for him for a change.
Absolutely, bro. And I was just gonna say that. I'm like, it's finally good to see some broad honesty, some man up maturity, you know, instead of this childish confusion. Like, I get it. He doesn't know what to do. He's literally oblivious to most things, and he's just a bumbling fool. But if he just lets it go, lets his shit off, he can probably make a lot more progress. I'm kind of more so interested in what's going to happen in the next episode, though. Like, this episode was cool and all, and getting to see him, you know, take up for Chizuru and drink for her so he can help her not drink, and her recognizing what he was doing, and it was just so, that was cool. But did you see the preview for the next episode?
I think I did. I can't remember though.
So I'm pretty sure I did. He's back at work with Ruka-chan. Mommy shows up.
Oh.
So Mommy shows up with Ruka-chan there, and now she's about to find out that he actually has a real girlfriend. Let's see what the fuck is about to happen with that. That is gonna have to be spoiler talk next week.
Mommy about to be salty. You know she about to be all up in his face.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't understand what her goal is here.
She don't want him to be happy.
And that's it?
She don't want him to have love.
Happy women hating? Or no, what is it?
It's the unhappy ex.
Yeah, it's the unhappy ex.
She couldn't deal with her own shit. Now she see him dealing with his shit and being happy. Now she got to say something. She got to do something about it. She can't deal with it.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
I also feel like our main character gonna go back to Fulton like he normally do.
With Mommy?
He gonna try and hide Ruka from Mommy-chan.
Oh shit, yeah, bro. What you just, that's a bar, and I hate that.
And I'm only saying it because and here's what I hate. Ruka actually likes you. Mommy-chan just wants to use you, and for him to not notice that is bothersome. Like, because I get it, you want Chizuru or Mizuhara and not Ruka. I get that one more than I get Mommy-chan walking in
100%.
and you talking about the fold. You about to fold, bro. And I'm so salty already just thinking about it. He about to fold.
Yeah, because like, dude, you could just be like, yeah, Ruka's my girlfriend, and then let Mommy just do whatever she want. Like, I just don't. Her goals confuse me. I think she's just antagonist for antagonist's sake, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because if you don't like this guy, if you break up with this guy, then do your fucking thing. Go do your thing. Why is it bothering you that he's not bothered by you?
Right. And I gotta say this. If he folds from Mommy-chan while Ruka is present, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yo, same.
I'm gonna be so pissed. And I'm saying it because Ruka understands even
the Chizuru situation.
In love with Chizuru Mizuhara. She understands that.
Yeah.
With the Mommy-chan thing, nah, bro. I need some chaos.
Not acceptable.
Ain't no fucking way. I need Ruka to pull up. I need old quiet girl to pull up. I need everybody who don't like Mommy-chan to pull up and be like, look, this ain't it.
Yes, man. I agree.
Don't really pull up and jump her. I'm just saying, you know.
I agree. It's an awful situation. That's why I'm just so curious, man. I just love, like I said, I love the way this episode ended with him falling asleep on her after her helping him out. That was cute. That was so fucking adorable.
With his golden toilet.
Yeah. Again, this romance situation is a lot better than Call of the Night. A lot more unique situations. Even though it's kind of like, it's kind of the same situations as like any other love triangle kind of thing, but it's also still unique in the sense that you got the whole rent a girlfriend aspect of it, you know, where she can be his girlfriend, but it's via money, you know. And I think that's dope. I think that's super dope. I think Rent-A-Girlfriend is season 2 has been more eventful than season 1 for me.
Just so you know, this is considered a pentagon relationship, not a love triangle. It's a love pentagon.
It's definitely a triangle because mommy don't fucking give us 2 shits of a fuck, damn.
But we still got, so it'd be a square because we still got Mizuhara, Ruka, and the Quiet Girl. The Quiet Girl, she feeling them. Feeling them.
So, but that
Ruka feeling them.
To be able to exist, you have to be acknowledged.
But a love triangle is just the one character. Only one character has to be interested in another, but the others are all interested in that one character. That's what makes it a triangle.
Yeah, but Sumi don't exist, Sumi don't exist to our main character. You know, like she's just a little cute little friend type thing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't. Yeah. Maybe you're right. Maybe it is a square. Because he was kind of talking about how cute she was, but he didn't. It wasn't really like, you know.
It's because he don't think she liked him. If he knew she liked him,
yeah, no, you're right.
He'd be shaking in his boots.
You're right. Yeah, it's totally a square. It's totally a square. Very interesting though. Good stuff. I think that's a wrap, bro.
All right. We just finished talking about Rent-A-Girlfriend and all of our love pentagon, aka square stuff that's going on. Also, Overlord season 4, we got the dubs already coming out. We excited to see what happens next episode. Let's know what you think. Summertime Rendering, obviously they give us so many gems every episode. Y'all already know it's our favorite for the season and the previous season. Great break. Let us know what you thought about that song curated by Polo Born Fly, DJ Polo. Also, we got to know Mic Check Waifu today. Let us know what your search history is looking like. You know, drop a screenshot or something. Mm-hmm. And also, we appreciate all the questions y'all gave us on Twitter and the 3 weebs that villains that was that 3 weebs? The villains that should have won.
That was Blurred Buffet.
Blurred Buffet. Appreciate that. But yeah, answer that question. Villains that should have won. Mighty's Get Life versus Black Summoner, Carly Knight versus My Stepmom versus My Ex is kind of what we talked about a little bit. Some stuff in this season that's comparable but a little bit different. Vermilion Gold, I caught up on it. It's real good. I appreciate Polo for giving me some time to catch up on it before he talked about it. Our episodes of the week were Overlord and Black Summoner, and we also had a little bit of Big 3 talk. And Polo muted Black Clover, and that's been episode 164 of Mic Check Waifu.
I'm at Polo Born Fly on all social media.
I'm at King Telliano on all social media.
You can follow our social medias at Mic Check Waifu on Twitter and at Mic Check Waifu on Instagram and TikTok. And as always, Mic Check.
Boom.
You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu. Is that you? Is that you? Is that you? Is that you? Is that you?